Okay guys, day 3 for this video, which is not like me at all, but it's been really hot, humid, not a lot of stuff has been getting done. So, what I've been doing is, you saw that we were working on the Civic truck. Today I made a run to the local Kenny U-Pole because I have an idea that I want to make work. Well, I'll make it work. So, here we go. Let me show you this idea. I think it's kind of cool. So I picked up a Ford top rail cover of a bed. And my plan is to put it down, and obviously I'm going to measure it and stuff. Here, I'll show you. Now I lucked out, and the Ford is actually the width I want. So I wanted something that's going to come down here a little bit and cover up the upper lip, because I do have a fiberglass cover, which I'm kind of hoping to put on here. It's probably has to be cut in like 4 pieces to make fit, but that's what I'm kind of hoping. So as you see here, obviously this is way too long, but the angle here is pretty good. I'm going to have to trim that slowly to get that to sit in spot. And then down here, obviously I'm gonna have to cut it as well, and then shorten it, lengthen it. So for now, what I'm gonna do is, we'll cut it straight there for now. So let's just iron it up, no big deal. We're gonna get that cut. We're gonna flip it over, and as you see, there's a whole bunch of tabs everywhere. We're gonna get those cut so it will sit flush, and we're gonna see what we can do with this, guys. So when I'm waiting for my air compressor to fire up, I'm gonna show you something that I noticed. When you look in here, this is what I want. I want it to cover the inside bed there. That's all gonna be bed lined. But you see up here, it's too wide, I think. So what's gonna have to happen is I'm probably gonna have to cut this all the way down the center, and then I'm gonna have to panel bot it back together, figure out if I'm gonna leave these lines here or not, and then prime it, sand it, do its wonderful thing. I'll probably end up taking these lines out then. We'll wait and see. It's gonna be tricky. So again, it's just a rough cut. I'm gonna have to probably trim this down and mold that piece on to give you more of a rounded edge. Might have to make it wider, longer, who knows. So now we're gonna flip it up, and let's get all this stuff cut here that we're not gonna need, guys. So you see that I did trim the bottom pieces, and this is how it's gonna sit. So it's gonna cover up the, well, it's gonna cover up a good inch, inch and a half, which is gonna be pretty sick actually. So we'll do that all the way down, and obviously we're gonna trim back here. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna need to trim this. Probably we'll go up here, and then we'll go across here just to get that to sit flush for now. So there you guys go. As you see, it fits really good up front, and that's what I'm going for. And it's gonna give me a smoother here. So yeah, this is gonna be straight because it's gonna be painted and it's gonna look really nice, but I wanna make it so it looks like it's meant to be this way from factory. So you see back here, it is wider here. So I'm gonna have to cut the center out of this all the way down, and I'm gonna have to mold it together and then either plastic weld it, or I'm gonna have to panel bond the bottom side to make it work. As you see here, I'm gonna trim this to suck this up more. So I'm gonna probably play around with that right now to give me the nice con curve there. And these holes here, I'm probably just gonna fill them in. And when I do the body work to this, they won't be there at all. And then down here, I'm gonna take a marker, trace that out to where I want, and then we'll fit that up as well. Another thing you guys can do for the end, or I can do, is I could take this one here and see what the con curve is, and see if I can line it up. So here's the con curve here, which looks really good here. So what I can do then is cut that off, cut this off so it falls down into here, and then I'll tie the other piece into this so it goes all the way around, trim it here so it goes all the way around, and then finish it off. after just trimming, I don't know if this is what I want, if I want to like give a little bit of gap like that so it's the same all the way around, or if I want to try to get this as tight as possible to suck this in. What I'm thinking is get it as tight as possible so we'll suck it in. Let's try to take some more off. Now, for the most part, I think I'm happy with that because it gives me the contour I'm looking for. So how it follows that. It comes down how I want. Obviously, I'll double side tape in here. I'll tape it in here. So the only thing I need to do now is to fix this corner piece. So this is going to have to be cut for sure to make it to where I want. But an all-out look here, like that looks like it's supposed to be there. It's gonna protect this and it's gonna be, you know, tough as heck. So what's the reason why I'm really doing that? Two reasons. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have a fiberglass cover. So over here in my pile of crap, that is off of a Canyon. So it is a fiberglass cover off a Canyon, and that's what I plan on putting on the truck. So it's gonna enclose it. That way, if we're using it as a parts hauler, you know, no one can see something, no one can take something. I think that's a good idea. Now you'll see that it does have foam on the inside, and it's to stop to scratch the paint. So I want them on, A, even if I don't get the cover to work, it makes it look good. B, I'm really gonna use this. So I plan on using it as a parts hauler. I might even do a YouTube episode of going to like 5 or 6 different Kenny U-pulls from here all the way to Ontario, which is like 12-hour drive, and stop at all the Kenny U-pulls and see what we can get. So A, I want a car trailer, so like a little 4x8 trailer. B, I want this functional. So this will stop it from getting scratched down the side, and that's what I want. And honestly, that looks factory. Who wouldn't want that? So once we tie this in here, we'll get that angle cut. I'm gonna use this piece here, which will be like that, and then we'll start having some fun. So this is gonna be trial and error. I'm gonna start cutting it a little bit so I can play around with it, and then Turbo's gonna stop in for a couple minutes, and we're gonna set the fiberglass cover on here to see what we think, guys. So we'll be back. We're gonna end the video at this. So we've got this set in spot. Obviously, it needs to be cut in like 4 pieces. So I'm sure how I feel, but it's gonna need to be cut in the center. This needs to come out to take strips out of it a little bit. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to cut it right in the center first and then shorten it. And as you see, it does sit way higher than the back window. So I don't know if we're gonna like it or not, guys. So leave a comment down below. Do we make the cover fit or do we not make the cover fit? So, you like that, eh? I think I do, actually. Yeah, you should. It's actually, I've been fitting it, but I'll show you once we get that off. So guys, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and leave a comment, yay or nay for cover. Obviously, these bars will not be there either, so. Oh, come on. No, we ain't doing that. Thanks, guys.